the iPhone 4 versus the HTC EVO 4G. So today we're just going to run down kind of the specs and see how they stack up to each other from specifications and hardware point of view anyway, and what you can expect to get from each of them. And if you want to see more videos, more cell phone reviews, more GPS reviews, come check us out at gpsmaestro.com. I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, let's get started. Alright, let's talk about the processor first. The iPhone 4 and the EVO 4G both have 1 GHz processors, but the Apple one, the Apple iPhone 4, has Apple's own proprietary A4 processor, while the EVO has a Qualcomm Snapdragon. As far as display goes, the iPhone 4 has a 960 by 640 resolution on actually a much smaller screen. They're quote-unquote Retina display, while the EVO 4G has an 800 by 480 display. The iPhone 4 is 0.37 inches thick, while the EVO 4G is 0.47 inches. Both do video conferencing and have front-facing cameras. So the iPhone 4 uses FaceTime. You've probably heard about it. It's a VGA camera, and it only works over Wi-Fi at the moment, while the EVO 4G has a 1.3 megapixel camera. It uses a system called Quick, and you can use it over 3G, 4G, Wi-Fi. Pretty much, if you can get internet, broadband internet, you can use it. Alright, as far as camera goes, both have nice cameras. The iPhone 4 has a 5 megapixel with LED flash, while the EVO 4G has an 8 megapixel with dual LED flash, though performance is pretty similar between the two. Operating system, the iPhone 4 has iOS 4.1, while the EVO 4G has Android 2.2. I'm not going to go into a big long rundown here of the iOS versus Android operating systems. You can learn about those on your own, but those are what they are currently running. But both, I would say, are great operating systems. Screen size. This is where you're going to see one of the biggest differences. The iPhone 4 has its small 3.5-inch screen, while the EVO 4G has a monstrous, and this thing it can be a little difficult to hold in your hand, but it's 4.3 inches. Carriers. Both are exclusive to one carrier. The iPhone 4, as I'm sure you're well aware, is an at&t exclusive, although there's more and more rumors coming up each day that Verizon will get it sometime in 2011. Who knows at this point. The EVO 4G is a Sprint exclusive. As far as data goes, iPhone 4 has 3G capabilities and has a 2 GB monthly cap that's imposed by at&t. The EVO 4G is 3G and a 4G phone, although 4G is in about roughly 50 cities or so right now. Unlimited data, and it can also function as a Wi-Fi hotspot. Very cool. Nice little things you can do with that. As far as apps go, pretty much if you want an app, you can find it. The iPhone 4 does have quite a few more, about 250,000 apps in the Apple App Store, while the Android market is definitely by far the second largest with 75,000, but does not have nearly as many apps. As far as storage goes, the iPhone 4 comes in 16 GB and 32 GB flavors, while the EVO 4G comes standard with 8 GB, though you can purchase a separate 16 or 32 GB micro SDHC card. As far as a couple other little odds and ends here go, the iPhone 4 really suited if you want to play games. It has a nice little gyroscope and iTunes and iBooks integration, so if you're a big iTunes user, you like your music, really nice, easy integration to work with there. The EVO 4G has a couple things the iPhone does not. It has HDMI output if you want to output anything in HD, and it can run Flash. So if you go to a website that has Flash, especially a lot of video sharing sites that aren't using HTML5 yet, you can still run them. So there you have it. That is my comparison of the iPhone 4 versus the HTC EVO 4G. I'm not going to make a conclusion as to which is better. They both have their strong points. They're both very different phones. One last thing, I will talk about battery life. The iPhone 4 definitely kicks butt in that area. The HTC EVO 4G I'd recommend buying a separate battery for. Otherwise, thanks for watching today's video. Come check us out at gpsmaestro.com for all your cell phone and GPS needs. See you next time.